All right. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining. This is the first session of interview preparation of the bootcamp. Um, Today, we're gonna start with the job search section, but this is gonna be the only live session right now, and the rest of the recorded sessions, you can watch them from the link that I shared on the chat. Um, we're going to cover job search, and the second session is the job applications, which is already a recorded session. We are expecting you to go there this week and watch that session as well. And then it follows by recruiter call session and technical phone screen and on-site interview sessions as well. So these are all already recorded for you to watch later on. All right. We're not gonna do any presentation or anything. It's gonna be more like we decided to make it a little bit more interactive. So we're gonna do almost like a panel conversation with Mustafa, and then we will get your questions at the end if you have anything to add. By the way, if you would like to interrupt, we'll be more than happy to answer any questions. We don't need to wait to the last section of the session. All right. As a quick intro, my name is Oğuzhan. I'm currently leading the security engineering team in a global cybersecurity company. And I have my dear friend Mustafa with me here. And Mustafa, would you like to introduce yourself quickly?
Yeah, I'm Mustafa. I'm working as senior staff AI engineer for an automotive software company. I think because of recent layoffs and the job market shifts, I have actively looked for a job for last 2-3 years. So I believe that's why I have been invited for this session today.
Yeah, I think we have different perspectives in the job search. I have more recently. I didn't have a lot of active job searches, but I have the perspective of a hiring manager a little bit more. And Mustafa had a lot of experience in the job market recently, so he'll also bring a lot of perspective from that angle as well. So hopefully this session will be valuable for you. All right. I think we can start with a couple of. We can start with the main question. For me, job search starts with a resume preparation. It's resume in the US and CV in the Europe. But again, for Mustafa, based on your experience, what are the qualities of a good resume, or what's a good resume for you based on your experience?
Actually, this is probably the most common advice, but I still think it is the right advice. So we should keep our resume simple and easy to read. A recruiter, a hiring manager should understand your background in less than a minute. I know it sounds cliche, but it is the way. I also think that the order is important as well. Always I prefer putting experience first, then projects or relevant work, then technical skills, and finally the education part. Because your experience usually tells more about what you can do than your degree or some other part. So the order is also important. Another important point is actually relevance. Don't try to include every job or every project you have done. If something is not related to position, it is usually better to leave it out actually. From what I have seen from my current company and the previous one, the hiring process usually works like this. A hiring manager has a project that needs to be finished. If the team does not have someone with the right skills, they open a new position. Then they tell HR what they are looking for, the skills they are looking for. And those skills become the job description. Usually the most important skills go into the requirements, the required skill section in the job description, and the other skills go into the nice to have section. Apart from these two section, actually, the other part of the job description is not that important actually. Those are
Mhm.
just stories. And basically, if your resume matches those requirements, you have a much better chance of getting an interview. That is
Mhm.
why your resume should always match the job description as much as possible.
Mhm.
Here, the other important part is, by the job description, I mean always the required skills and the nice to have skills. The other
Mhm.
part is actually mostly the waste of time. Even you don't have to read, because when you are applying job, you are applying many jobs, and it is boring or hard to read all job description.
Mhm.
So when I say job description, I mostly mean the required skills and nice to have skills.
I have a
So
question here. I have a
mhm,
question here. I'm sorry for interrupting.
mhm,
Again, if I'm applying multiple jobs which potentially will require different requirements, so then one resume is not going to fit all. So I need to prepare potentially multiple resumes depending on the job application that I'm applying. Is that like a good recommendation to have multiple versions of your resume that is highlighting your specific skill that is going to match to the job description?
Actually, it's a very good point. I think applicants should customize their resume for different roles. For
Mhm.
example, an AI engineer resume and a generative AI resume should highlight different skills and
Mm.
experience. Even you can customize your resume for each position. Even two AI related jobs may require different skills. So
Mhm.
my point is, your resume should match the job description.
Mhm. So
Mhm.
we're not talking about a static document that once you prepare,
Yeah.
forget about it, and apply the same one to all the positions that you're applying.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
you will have two or three different type of resume for same role, and depends on the job description. You can pick the right one and submit it. Is the best
Yeah,
way. Mhm,
especially if you have some experience in different job
mhm,
still the job areas. Maybe
mhm,
you had some experience in software development in the past, and now you're more maybe working as a system administrator or maybe a SRE, but you're applying to a SRE related job. Then yeah, it's better for you to come with a resume which highlights your system administration and the SRE skills more than the development skills, maybe depending on the job description. I
yeah.
agree.
Oh, yeah.
And, and also, you mentioned a good point that the order of resume. I think I'm seeing a lot of mistakes by some candidates that, for example, you're an experienced engineer, but you're putting your education at the top of your resume, for example. This is a very it's a
Mhm,
common mistake that people are making, because if you're an experienced engineer, the thing you like to highlight is what you have done before instead of your school degrees and master degrees and which school you graduated from. Because after a while, after some years of experience, the school you graduated from is not that much important anymore. It becomes what you have done in your previous company, what are the things that you have achieved. That's why I just wanted to highlight that putting the experience section first at the top of your resume is a
I
is
agree.
a good idea. I have a follow-up question, because this is also potentially in everybody's mind. What do you think about the cover letters or like a professional summaries that generally we are seeing in the resumes? A lot
Mhm,
of resumes start with a
mhm.
professional summary, a paragraph at the top of the resume. And sometimes people also submit cover letters with their application. What do you think about these two things?
Yeah, actually, I think both can be valuable, but they have different purposes.
Okay.
A cover letter is not always required, but some companies still ask for one. So today, writing a cover letter is much easier with AI. You can
Mhm.
give your resume, the job description, and some information about the company, maybe the website of that company to LLM. Then LLM
Mhm.
can create a cover letter that matches that specific job. But I think a professional summary is more important. It is one of the first things a recruiter sees, so it should clearly explain who you are and what you can do. Also, today many companies use AI to review resumes before a recruiter reads them. So having a clear and keyword-rich professional summary is becoming more important, I think. So, so professional summary is actually very important.
I totally agree, because I'm also, every time when I'm hiring, when there's a resume in front of me, I first quickly look like a 10-15 seconds to the professional summary section, and try to read and understand the candidate's experience. One thing I would like to maybe contribute to that is that professional summary sometimes will not align with the job experience you have. So it's a very bad signal signal to have. You need to be careful about matching. That professional summary should be matching with your experience, because especially recently, everybody is talking about AI, and when they are applying to jobs, they always try to use these buzzwords in the professional summary section. But when you scroll down the experience part, I'm not seeing any experience or anything related to that AI, for example. So that always creates a conflict in a hiring manager's mind. He said here, or he or she said in the professional summary, that he has experience in AI, but I'm not seeing any work that has been done in the AI, where this AI experience comes from. So just don't put a lot of hype words and everything there. Just don't load that professional summary with some hype and buzzwords. Instead, it should be a summary of your experience, right? So it should be a representation of you. But again, of course, when you're expressing yourself, put as much as you need to hit the keywords as well. So you can use AI and AI's help to craft a optimized professional summary for you as well. I agree. Professional summary is a good thing to have on the resume. Yeah, and also cover letter. Some companies are specifically asking for cover letters in their application process, but for a lot of companies, that may not be super relevant.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we talked about what kind of things that should be in a resume. Do you think do we have any good templates available that everybody can use for applications, or like has anything changed with the AI? Because as you said, now AI is also evaluating these resumes as well. So do we have a template that will help us with this new job market and job evaluation process?
Yeah, actually, there are many good resume templates available today. For example, IT Society has some great templates that applicants can use as a starting point, or you can use LLMs to improve it. I usually actually recommend keeping the design simple. You can also find these details in the link I think you shared in the chat. I usually recommend keeping the design simple, actually, unless you are applying for a creative role like product design or graphic design. You don't need a fancy looking resume. A clean and organized resume is much easier to read, I think. And another thing is AI has also changed the way we prepare resumes a little bit. Today, you can ask an LLM to review your resume, suggest improvements, or even customize it for a specific job description. At the same time, remember that your resume is written for two audiences right now. Let's say two different kind of recruiters. First, it should be easy for AI or ATS tools to understand. Second, it should also be easy for a recruiter, a human recruiter, to read it quickly. So a clear layout, good keywords, and simple language, I think, are all important now.
I just wanted to second that last thing you mentioned. Yes, we are now targeting two audiences. One an automated resume review systems powered by AI, and also the human readers as well. So we need to optimize our resumes for these two audiences. That's a very good point.
Also, maybe I can share one of my experience about some AI interview.
Yeah, please.
actually, in that one, I have submitted my resume, and they send me a one, let's say, first round of interview. So
Mhm.
I joined the interview. Actually, I was expecting some real human, but there was an AI, and that AI knows my resume and also the job description. So based on the matching part between my resume and the job description, AI asked me question about my previous projects in those companies. Uh, it was for some reg-based application, for example. I remember it asked the challenges, how you built the project, kind of questions, and there it records all the details and creates some kind of report for the some human recruiter. I'm not sure, but even after getting an interview, now we are facing with AI. So
Yeah,
we have to be ready for this kind of different, let's say, interview.
that's a very interesting point. So AI is doing a pre-screening, a pre-evaluation,
Mhm.
and collect your responses to share with the recruiter and hiring manager. That's a very interesting point. We are in that world now. Awesome, awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, now let's say we had a good resume. We prepared a very good resume right now. We based on all the recommendations and suggestions that we discussed. Now the next step is I need to find a job. I need to do a job search. Maybe actually this is a kind of a circular process that I'm not always starting with a resume building. Maybe I first check the jobs and then build my resume based on the job requirements and then try to apply. But again, in general, for job searching, what's the best working strategy right now? Because we all know the market is so hectic now. Job market is so hectic. And a lot of times people just apply, but they don't get any responses. So what's the best working strategy at this moment to help and to get an interview after we prepared our resume?
Actually, I don't think you need to be fully prepared for you start applying for a job. Firstly,
Okay.
many people wait until they learn every skill or finish every project, but I think this is a big mistake and waste of time.
Okay.
We have to start applying early. Just start applying at day one. The application process is also part of our learning. You will improve your resume, get interview experience, and learn what companies are looking for. Of
Okay.
course, you should keep learning and building projects, but don't wait for the perfect time. It usually never comes. You will never feel
Mm,
100% ready. Every interview teaches you something. Even if you don't get the job, you learn what companies are looking for, what questions they are asking, and what new concepts you need to learn. So my advice is actually apply the position immediately at day one. Learn from interview, learn from job description, improve your skills, resumes, and apply the position again. I think having a good strategy is very important. Searching, actual job searching has, we can say, two stages. The first stage is getting an interview. The second stage is passing the interview. So
mm,
the resume help you pass the first stage. This is also where referrals become very important. For example,
mm,
when someone refers you, your application usually gets more attention.
mhm,
In many cases, it help you to pass the first stage much more easily, much more faster. So
mhm,
referrals are actually important. Use your network, talk to your friends, classmates. Communities are also very helpful. For example, the IT Society Discord has job
mhm.
channels where people share job opportunities and help each other. So use them. Also, I think another important point is some people use referrals the wrong way. Uh,
Okay.
for example, don't ask someone, "Can you find me a job?" kind of questions. Most
Mhm,
people are busy, they work full time, and they don't have time to search for jobs for you. Instead, do the work yourself. Find a position that matches your skills. Prepare your resume and then send them to person you know. Then they only need to forward your resume or submit a referral with a single click or very easily. That makes it much easier for them to help you actually.
Yeah.
So the first point is the referrals are important to pass the first stage. But you have to do it right way. You have to prepare everything. Then your colleagues and teammates will just submit it very easily.
I just wanted to highlight one thing here. You said something very important here, because in some cultures and countries, referral means generally to get a job without an interview, or like a quick job, getting a quick job. But in most of the European countries and in the US, this is not the case. Referral means only just someone put your resume in front of the hiring manager or recruiter. That's it. And the rest of the process still applies. And all the interviews, still you need to go past every single of these interviews by yourself. So sometimes people also, that's why I know some people are very much hesitant on asking for a referral, because they are thinking, I don't want to cheat on this. I don't want to be cheating here. No, you're not cheating, actually. Referral doesn't mean you're cheating. This is the way that these hiring processes are working in these US and European markets. Even actually, without a referral, you will lowering your chance to a very low, very slim opportunity. So that's why I would like to highlight one thing, that referral is not cheating. It's not going to guarantee you're going to get the job, but it's going to help you to pass the first stage, as you mentioned, that it will put your resume in front of the hiring manager and recruiter.
Actually, when you refer someone to your company, most of the company is just removing you from the hiring process of that specific person. You cannot attend any interview with that person. You cannot share your ideas about that guy. So actually, it is not cheating. They are just removing you from the process to make it more fair, actually.
Fair. Exactly. You're right. I think you mentioned that, you pointed a good, very important aspect.
Even actually, I remember some of my friends asked me to not to be referral because they want me to join their interview. So if I refer them, so they will remove me from their hiring process. So yeah, it's what vice versa, actually.
100%. I think you also touched a good point, that you also mentioned that the network is so important here, because if you're looking for a referral, you need to use your network, and to get your network, it can be coming from former colleagues, or like friends and friends of friends and family members, and also the communities that you're part of, like IT Society or any other community. So just use your network very wisely here. And I would love to also second the thing you mentioned, that the referral, they don't, asking for a referral is one thing. After you have done your job, you have done your due diligence, because referral is not, your friend is not responsible on finding you a job. It's your responsibility as a job searcher. It's your responsibility to find the perfect job that you're looking for. Because when you ask somebody, do you have something for me? The answer is generally, I don't know, because I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know what kind of skill you have. I don't know what's your vision in a job, what other things that you're looking in a job. So that's why I cannot find you a job. But if you find a job that I can help you get in front of the hiring manager and recruiter, I'll be more than happy to put a referral and even some endorsements as well. But the main responsibility is on the job on the person who is searching for the job, to find the right job IDs and jobs to get a referral. That's a very, very good point. And also you mentioned about at the beginning, that don't wait to be fully prepared. Don't wait to become fully prepared for an interview. I think this is a very big dilemma that everyone who's looking for a job, right? I want to be ready for the interview, but meanwhile, if I wait to become ready, it's almost like an impossible. It's an impossible thing. I'm never gonna be fully ready.
Yeah.
So it's, as you said, it's part of the process. It's part of the learning process.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's recommended that if you're doing an interview with a big company, like a FANG companies, like a Meta, Apple, Google kind of companies, it's always recommended for you to get some other interviews before that one to gain some experience throughout the interview. Maybe get some interviews with some other small companies or other companies that you're not willing to join, maybe, but just for the sake of gaining experience from the interview process, just have that interviews and gain some experience, and then go to the bigger alternate interviews that you would like to attend. These are also good tips, I believe. I agree, and I like that. Thank you. So we talked about referral. We talked about doing our due diligence before asking for a referral, right? So what do you think the currently best platforms to look for jobs? Because I need to find a job that I'm looking for first, so I can get a referral from my friends and community. But I need to first find the job itself. Where can I look for jobs at the moment? What are the best platforms currently that's working well for job hunters?
Yeah, today actually LinkedIn is probably the best place to start your job search. Most companies post their jobs on LinkedIn. So for most people, LinkedIn is enough, I guess. But if you have a specific company in mind, especially a large company, a FANG company, I also recommend checking its career website as well, because sometimes they post new positions on their own website first, or they may have jobs that are not listed on the LinkedIn. So my advice is simple, actually. Start with LinkedIn. If there is a company you really want to work for, also check its website regularly.
That's a very good advice, I believe, because I also think the same. I know some companies that are not posting all their jobs in LinkedIn, especially some of the big top companies. I know some of them are just only posting their jobs in their own websites. That's a good one. And also, maybe we should also talk about when we are searching for a job, one of the criteria is also the compensation package as well. So we need to get more educated about what kind of compensation package that these companies are offering generally for the levels and titles that I'm looking for. I think for that purpose, LinkedIn has these compensation packages in the job descriptions now, but I think also another great source can be the levels.fyi, which is a community-driven platform. I will put this in the chat if anyone wants to check. Levels.fyi. If you go there, you can also find some information about the compensation package and other benefits that the company and the position the company's giving. So maybe this is also a good part. So LinkedIn is the main resource. Have you had any experience with other platforms that worked? Maybe not perfect, but again, it works well generally.
Actually, I also have a profile in Indeed, but mostly I'm using actually the LinkedIn. There are more opportunities, and I am not only using for application, but also trying to sense the current skills from the job description. Just clicking on job and checking the required skills and nice to have, and try to align with the current, let's say, technologies, tools, frameworks that are popular. So you can also do it Indeed, but most of the other companies are not posting any job on the other platforms. I think I can say LinkedIn is the best one. But
I second that comment, because I'm also when I'm hiring, I'm also looking for potential candidates from LinkedIn as well. As a hiring manager, I do some searches in by my own, and I also check for LinkedIn profiles very frequently as well. So we have a specific section in the next session that's already recorded about LinkedIn and using LinkedIn very wisely. So please refer to that. Please watch that section later on. That also talks about LinkedIn very much, because LinkedIn's new AI features also comes very handy, especially it checks your it compares your profile with the job description and gives you an estimate chance, or like some percentage of likelihood that you'll be suitable for that job or not. So this kind of additional benefits can be super valuable here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think one of the things that I would like to also very much touch base on is, yes, we created a good resume. We used our network sometimes, or we applied directly we made some cold applications without referrals. But it's not always shiny. It's not always pink clouds. Everything is going super well. Probably gonna get some rejections, or sometimes we never hear back from these applications. A lot of candidates are getting it's a human nature for sure. People are getting disappointed so much after getting all these rejections. What do you think about these rejections and how to deal with these rejections, and even applying hundreds of jobs and not getting any answers back?
I think this is one of the most important part for job search. I think getting rejected is completely normal. Every job seeker goes through it, and it is some kind of nature of this process. We have to first admit it. My advice is set a daily goal, for example. Apply to 10 jobs, for example, 10 jobs every day, and try to keep that habit. Even on your busiest or most hiring day, you can use LinkedIn's easy apply filter, for example, and submit a few applications with just one click. This helps you reach your daily goal. On other days, spend more time on applications that take you to the company's website. These usually take longer, but they are also important because mostly good companies are redirecting the application to their own website instead of LinkedIn's easy apply. So don't only use easy apply, use both methods. Actually, I was planning to show these slides at the end of the discussion, at the end of this session, but I think this question is the perfect time to show them. So let me share two slides, just two slides.
Okay.
So this is the default LinkedIn rejection email. You should get a lot of emails like this. It is completely normal. Do not get upset. Do not get discouraged. In fact, if you are not getting these emails a lot, you are probably not applying enough. That is one of the most important part. I also want to show the next slide as well. And these are the email response to my applications. I call them unfortunately emails. I typed unfortunately into the search bar of my Gmail and just copy these messages. I have received many emails.
Can you just make it full screen, because I think it's hard to read, or zoom a little bit, please?
Yeah, I think.
Yes, perfect.
So I received many emails that start with unfortunately. As you can see, I realized that in the next slide. This one is one of the email I never opened. After some time, I didn't even need to open the email. I saw the unfortunately in the subject line and already knew it was a rejection. That is one of the unread email in my inbox. So my point is, this is the part of the job search process. These unfortunately emails are the part of the job search. Don't let it stop you. Don't become upset. keep applying, keep learning, and keep improving your resume and yourself. This is one of the most important part, because this is the nature of this process.
I think that's a good time to highlight one thing as well. Sometimes some of these job postings they have different purposes than just hiring. Sometimes green card applications that require some job postings, for example. So if that company is trying to sponsor a green card visa for an employee, they have to do a job posting, and they have to accept applications, and then they have to eliminate some of them so they can ask for a green card for their own employee. So sometimes we can be applying some of these job postings that's not meant for hiring someone.
Yeah.
So there are different purposes of some job postings. So getting a negative response does not always mean you failed, or you're not satisfied the requirements, or you're not always the right person. Just, I think this is, as you said, this is part of the process. Try as much as possible, apply as much as possible, use your network as much as possible. And this is how everyone is doing this thing.
That's a
Thank
good
you so much.
point. Actually, some companies are also opening these roles because they want to show their companies is doing well for their investors or in industry as well. So the job posting doesn't mean that they're actually looking. So as some default rejection email should not upset you. Even they are not reading it, just there is a cron job, maybe just sending 2 days later unfortunate email. So yeah,
That's a good point as well. Thank you so much. Okay, we are already almost 40 minutes in, so I would like to also switch the gear to another topic. This is also, I believe, will be very valuable for our audience here. So we all know job market is very chaotic at this moment. A lot of uncertainties in the industry. Companies are doing hiring freezes, even layoffs. But on the other side, they are heavily investing on AI and also AI-related human resource. Based on what you're seeing out there, what are the new opportunities that you are seeing in the job market with the introduction of AI right now?
Yeah, actually, you are right. The AI job market is growing very fast, and I think AI engineer is one of the biggest opportunities today. By AI engineer means actually there are different names for that one. Actually, they are inventing new names for this one, like applied AI engineer, LLM engineer, generative AI engineer, or AI agent engineer. Just before this session, I checked LinkedIn, and there are every day the new role is coming up. When I say AI engineer, actually I means the generative AI side of this AI world. I think that part is the biggest opportunity today because they are actively hiring. There are many job posting for that one. But before these roles become popular, most people who want to work in AI looked at machine learning engineer or data scientist positions. In the past, I think there were two big challenges for ML engineers and the data scientist roles. First, you had to learn many different topics, including a lot of math and statistics, which takes long time. The second part is the competition was very strong. Many candidates had PhDs and 10 or even 20 years of experience for ML engineering and data science. This part is really important, actually. I don't think that AI engineers' role are the same. This part is important. This new AI part is not same like ML engineering and the data science. In many of these jobs, these Gen AI jobs, you are not building a new AI model. You are not training an LLM from scratch or working on the math behind it. Most of the time, you are using the existing models to build applications that solve the real problems. Why, personally, I think the name AI engineer is a little misleading and scary. I think the name for this position should be something like applied AI engineer or AI developer or AI application engineer kind of name, because in my experience, they are just implementing the solution. We are just implementing the application. We are not inventing new things or training new models. In short, I think switching to AI engineering roles is easier than switching to ML engineer or data scientist role in the past. Because first, the generative AI concept is 3 years old, and the most experienced engineer, the most experienced competitor has at most 3 years of experience. But in data science, there are some people who has PhD on it with 20 years of experience. So it is hard. So second thing is the concept in AI engineering is very limited. By learning at most 10 concepts, you can handle the interviews. But for data scientists or ML engineer, you have to learn many things, and the interviews will be more challenging. Because of all this reason, I think AI engineer is both promising and also easy to switch. So my advice is do not be afraid. Actually, just dive into the question.
As an AI engineer working in this industry right now, you're saying that AI engineering positions has a big opportunity for everyone to jump in, right?
Actually, yeah, but I'm not that confident because it is changing really fast. So before this LLM thing, it is actually it changed everything very fast. I can say AI engineer is one of the big opportunity, but now I cannot tell. But I can tell that there is. It seems there is no better choice than AI. I can say that at least.
Yeah. I think one thing you highlighted is very important to me as well. Most of these AI engineering roles that we are discussing and finding on LinkedIn or job postings, they're not the AI scientist roles that they are doing trainings and all these math and statistics and all these major big work that's under these model trainings and everything. These most AI engineer jobs are building some applications with the help of LLMs and AI. That's a different topic, and this is much easier to get in. You said some 10 topics that I need to learn. What are these 10 topics I need to learn to become an AI engineer right now in current 2026 July? What are the things you think? Because again, this is also changing so fast. But by the time of this recording, this session, July 2026, what are the 10 skills that an AI engineer should have, at least as a minimum?
Actually, I can share a list for this one, but instead of sharing a list, I want to explain how I am creating my list. So we can use this way to create our list next year as well, because next year most of my list will not be there for it. We don't know. So actually, I haven't been actively looking for a job for last 4 months, let's say, and AI job market changes very quickly. A list of technologies or tools or skills that is correct for today might be outdated a few months from now. So that's why I don't want to give you a fixed list of tools or concepts. Instead, I want to show you how to find some answer by yourself. So actually, the best place to look is LinkedIn job description. When I say job descriptions, I mean the required skills and nice to have skills. So read the requirements and nice to have sections carefully in the job description. They tell you exactly what companies are looking for right now. Actually, you don't need to read all description. Just read the requirements, required skills, and nice to have skills is enough. Generally, you will find at most 10 bulletin. Right now, I can say concept like RAG, AI agents, or MCP servers or vector database are important, but this list changes over time. So the best way to learn is to start applying for jobs and start interviewing, even if you don't think you are ready yet. So that's one of the important points. Every interview will teach you something new. Every job description will show you another skill that companies looking for. When you notice the same concept appearing again and again in the description, write it down. If it is missing from your resume, learn the basic, build a small project with it, and add to project to your resume. Don't try to learn everything, actually. In short, I can say, don't try to learn everything. Learn what companies are asking for. Because if you can ask LLM can give you a list. But with this way, for example, LLM can give a 20 different concepts, but you don't know which one is important. So you are investing your time, all of them. But in the interview, you will see that for generative AI roles, the evolution part, one of the challenging part, and companies are focusing on that part as mostly. So if you ask the LLM, it will even not be listed in that 20 concepts. So you have to learn these small things from the interview and job description. Find your gap and try to learn them, and share in the next interview, let's say.
That's a very good point, I think. Learn through the interview process, like learn with the interview process itself. And as you said, sometimes during the interviews, you'll be asked some specific concepts that maybe even mentioned in the job description sometimes, and not even in the regular Google searches or AI searches that you'll do. One important topic, I just wanted to highlight one thing you mentioned, is also the applied knowledge. I think you mentioned about build an application, build a small projects and apply that, right?
Yeah.
I think that's super relevant for every job, but also very relevant for AI. And just knowing the theory of building an agent, or just knowing the theory of an MCP server, is not gonna be enough for this AI engineering role, because they will ask you to build an agent. They will ask you to build an MCP server or write an MCP server. They will maybe ask you to write an agent skill. So you need to be confident on that. In order to be confident, I think it's best way to do it is just take a quick scenario, a small application, and write it down. Create a weekend project. An MCP server. Creating a MCP server right now with the help of AI is not going to take longer than an hour, half an hour right now with the help of any AI agent or LLM. So just build it, and with this hands-on experience, you will learn 10 times more than what you're going to read in any blog or any documentation. That's a very big thing to highlight, I think. So yeah, we're already 50 minutes in, so I just wanted to, maybe we could just summarize what we have discussed and maybe get some questions if there's anything from the audience. Yeah, resume preparation is key. The order of the resume is important, that we mentioned. Professional summary at the top is going to be super helpful for recruiters and hiring managers. Using AI to help you building your resume is critical, because now a lot of times companies are also using AI to review these resumes as well. Also, referrals. You mentioned referrals are super. I think it's a must for a job searcher to utilize their referrals. That's not cheating. That will just bring you in front of the hiring manager or recruiter. That's all. The rest of the job is yours. All the interview process is yours. And utilizing your network communities is going to be super helpful. In IT Society Discord channel, there are multiple channels dedicated for job postings and job hunters. Utilize these channels. There are focus area channels, cybersecurity, developers, QA, data, AI, all these focus group channels. Just go there and utilize that channel very wisely. That's a very good place to start. Utilize your network, as I said, in order to build your network. Local events, conferences, open source projects. These are all super valuable things to build your network. Just wanted to highlight that as well. So again, you mentioned that don't wait for become fully prepared to job apply, because now you need to wait until forever. Instead, start applying from day one and learn through the process, learn through the interview process, and utilize LinkedIn very much. for job searches, and even sometimes asking for referrals as well, because you may not have a direct contact in your network, but maybe your networks, your contacts contact, second degree network can be also super valuable for job hunting. Utilize that very wisely as well. And rejections are the part of the process. Don't get disappointed. Don't get discouraged. Keep doing it. As you said, you put your set yourself a daily goal of applications, and get used to these rejection letters and unfortunate emails. And as I said, a lot of uncertainties in the job market, but also it comes with a lot of opportunities, especially in the AI engineering part, AI engineering jobs. Don't just discouraged by the description or the title of the job. Just go in and check for requirements. Sometimes, even if the job title may not be super relevant, the description and requirements might be fitting your background. So just go there and check for descriptions. Nice to have, and requirements, must haves, and nice to have a section of the job description. I think these are the topics that we discussed. Anything I missed?
No, actually, maybe I can add one more thing. Yesterday, we have a discussion with one of my colleagues. He wants to quit his job and wants to study some, let's say, FAANG companies, let's say, the interviews for 3 or 4 months, then apply for the new roles. Maybe actually I said him that it is not a good way to quit your job to find new one. That is one of the I think the important part. First find the job, then quit your current job kind of strategy is better, because it will make some gap in your resume. That's one thing. And you don't have to do it. You can do both of them. Financially, it make you better. So I think first find the job, then quit your current job.
I think that's a very good recommendation, because quitting your job to find another one is going to put a lot of stress on top of all the stressful job search process. You don't want any other financial stress on your job searching process. So it's not a super wise idea to quit your job and hopefully try to hope to find another one. We're not saying do both jobs at the same time. We're saying that don't quit your jobs to do the job search. Sometimes people just think that, oh, I need to get prepared, so let me quit my job, start preparing for 3 months, and then hopefully I will get a job in 3 months later, in 3 months time. But again, when you quit now, you will put a lot of stress on you, financial stress and other stresses that every day passing is going to add more and more frustration and more stress on your life. That's why start applying jobs while you're still employed. And then once you fully complete the interview process, get the offers and everything, then you can tell your current company that you're leaving in that amount of time.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. That was a really good session, but I would love to give a chance to the audience if there is any questions that we can answer. You can open up your mic and ask, or you can also use the chat section that we are reading. There was a comment about a careerops.org. That's a AI-powered job search. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a good job hub. Thank you so much. We will potentially put this into the Notion page that we are building. That's a good place. Good resource. Perfect. Any questions about the job search that we can answer? Oh, good questions. what do you think about the headhunters or like recruiters, right? That they are calling you and asking for you. Yeah. Mustafa, any comments, any experience
Yeah,
with these
actually,
headhunters?
yeah, I found one job on Recruiters, but the rest of it actually was dead end. So I don't know actually. From my experience, I got one job from the Recruiters, but the others are always on some referrals or LinkedIn kind of application. And actually, that headhunters are some kind of spamming your email when you are doing job search. So maybe you have to understand the, let's say, the language in the email. So some of them even are something like some kind of scam. So you
Hmm.
have to understand the difference between the scam ones and the real ones. Yeah, I cannot say that they are useless, but not effective like referrals or your application on LinkedIn or the company's website. I can say that from my experience.
I think headhunters mean a lot of things. There are a lot of different styles of headhunting and recruiters in the market. Some of them are just independent headhunters that really promote you to the companies to get you accepted. There are some people like that. There are mostly independent headhunters. There are a lot of people like that. Also, there are some external recruiters that companies hire from other recruiting companies, recruiting firms, and consultancy firms. That these recruiters are also general reach to you, and I don't think that a second type of recruiters you will get a lot of value from them. Sometimes they just call you or send you a message just in the sake of because they have a goal to reach every day. They are asked to be they were given a goal. You should be reaching 100 people today, and they're just sending you a message. Even if it doesn't matter if you are really relevant to that position or not, you get that email from them. That's why I don't have super good experience with the second type of recruiters, but also there's another recruiters that are companies' own recruiters. If you're looking for a job in the Google, there's gonna be some Google recruiters that you'll try to reach. So utilize that company recruiters very wisely. They are great resources. We already have a section that we discussed in the upcoming session in the application phase. We were discussing about recruiters, so please refer to that part. Yeah, the experience with headhunters can be very different, person to person and recruiter to recruiter or headhunter to headhunter.
Mhm.
Okay, we have a question for AI engineering role. Don't these companies require recent relevant experience, specifically AI system design and deployment? That's a very good question. Our companies are hiring people without too much proven experience in their previous jobs at the moment.
Yeah, actually, for AI system design, yeah, actually, they are doing a different interview session for AI system design, but not the deployment. Deployment part is different. So mostly AI engineering part is focusing on the application side. But for AI system design, I think this system design interview is easier than the other system design interviews because there is one concept. Normally, you have to learn one concept, and mostly they are asking about that one. But for other system designs, there is some YouTube questions, Twitter questions, many different approach you have to learn. But for this part, actually, everything is almost same. If you have some delay, you have to put some message queue kind of specific concepts are there, so you just want to play with that one, and it is easy to learn. I think it is easy than the other system design interviews.
Probably right. For example, like probably you're gonna get asked about how to build an AI chatbot kind of application, design a chatbot application for me, or probably you're gonna get being asked about an agentic system, multi-agent system, like system design questions about this kind of concepts. These are, or maybe a RAG system, right? System design about a RAG system. So probably you only have a handful of potential questions that you will you will get during a system design interview. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. And
Also,
to show experience, do you think like how candidates can show their AI experience without a formal previous job experience, like building a project, self project, and GitHub projects and everything? Is that gonna be helpful? Is that gonna be useful at the moment?
yeah, actually, they can add some sample projects. Also, to be honest, people are faking this kind of experience. They are just doing their applications, some applications on your own, and adding that one as a experience in their previous, let's say, companies
Companies.
kind of approach. I am not saying that this is the right way, but most of right now I'm also joining some interviews. What hiring manager is looking for actually right now, trying to understand that people is actually really did this project in
Mm,
his previous company, kind of approach they are using
mhm,
right now.
mhm,
Also, for this AI engineering role, one of the important part is there are people are, for example, our company is looking for more than 1 year, and they are not hired. They are not finding good candidates. So
mhm,
their expectation is very low. Actually, if you say
mhm,
something about this generative AI side, they can quickly hire you. Actually, for example, one of my interview, actually, AI engineering part of the interview was perfect. Then I actually failed the coding interview part. I
mhm.
couldn't solve the question, and they asked me to join another coding interview. Normally, they never do that. That is the
Yeah.
reason for rejection. For FANG
Mhm,
company, they still reject you for that one. But the other companies are actually, if you know that AI stuff, they are actually, they
giving
wants
you
to
another
hire.
chance. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are pushing you for hiring actually. So
Okay.
that's why I'm saying that the people are, the most experienced people has 3 years of experience. So, and there are not that many people who can work on that. So now they are desperately looking for new candidates. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm saying this field is easy to switch from somewhere else actually.
That's why I think it's very important to use your put these projects, personal projects, into your personal GitHub, and then put it on your, especially mention that in your resume as well. Put it in your share these projects in your LinkedIn with your network. That will also give you a lot of chance to hit these keywords and searches about, like, if you're building a RAG application, yeah, that will hit to the RAG keyword in the LinkedIn searches as well. So I highly recommend putting these projects, doing your projects, and also showcasing your projects in your resume and in your LinkedIn, in your Git repos.
We have one good question in the chat.
Yeah, great question.
Are the coding questions in your interviews similar to lead code questions, or is it something else? Actually, it is easier than for AI roles. It is easier than lead code because they don't care that much about coding skills. If you know the concept of AI, that's, let's say, 10 concept, RAG, AI agents, and other stuffs, then they really don't care about that coding part that much. Of course, you have to pass that interview, but the questions are really easy than lead code actually.
So yeah, as Mustafa said, I think Mustafa is trying to make a big case that this is a good opportunity for a lot of folks to join the AI engineering space. It not a lot of competition. They're not pushing you so hard on the coding interviews, at least for now. At the time of this session, 2026 July, they're not super pushing hard on these coding interviews. They're not pushing hard on some other requirements as well. As long as you know the AI concepts very well, some of the 10, maybe 10 current AI concepts, that will be super big opportunity. All right, a good question as
Yeah.
well. How long AI engineering waves goes on?
Yeah.
They go We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. It's the hardest question, I guess. Also, people are asking these questions for some famous CEOs, CTOs from some Anthropic or some other companies as well. They are giving different answer for these questions. Actually, the right answer is, for me, we don't know, because everything is changing fast. So I don't know actually. But I am trying to do update myself, learn new things. If something is switching to some different area, I am trying to have some kind of, at least some basic understanding of that concept. That is my strategy, but I don't have a good answer for this question actually.
All right. I think we are already past the hour. So I would like to thank you, Mustafa, again for all these valuable comments and all these feedbacks. And thank you everyone for joining and contributing to the conversation. As I said, we shared the link of the resources in this chat, and also we will share that with the Discord channel, in the Discord channel as well. So please follow the document that we will provide. You will find multiple recordings about the job applications, recruiter calls, and interview processes, phone screening and on-site interview processes. We will have tips and tricks for all these different stages of the interview. So please watch them carefully. Thank you everyone for joining. Let's wrap this up.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Mustafa.
Bye.